Gold FM is #1 here in Sigatoka.
Gold FM is our favorite radio station here in Lautoka.
Gold FM is #1 in Nel.
I love listening to Gold FM in Ba.
We love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits here in Suva.
Hear about Coca-Cola, you immediately think of gold. I'm Josephine Sabi and I love hearing Gold FM.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.
In this bulletin, Fiji National Provident Fund to distribute $179 million to members. 149 young men and women join Fiji Police Force. A national airline, Fiji Airways, turns a year old. Good evening, I'm Jackie Spate and this is FBC News. Fiji's ambassador to the European Union and Belgium, Pedeli Voder, passed away in Brussels yesterday at the age of 46. Voder was serving his second term in Brussels following his appointment in 2009. Among his key civil service appointments, Voder served as Permanent Secretary for Finance and National Planning and for Foreign Affairs. He also served as a director on the boards of the Reserve Bank of Fiji, Fiji Revenue and Customs Authority, and Fiji Islands Trade and Investment Board. Foreign Affairs Permanent Secretary Amena Yavoli expressed Fiji's profound loss of a diplomatic interlocutor and a strong advocate of not only Fiji's interests, but also of the small islands developing states in Brussels. Voder is survived by his wife Asiti and 5 children. Around $179 million will be distributed to members next week. Fiji National Provident Fund Chief Executive Aisake Taito announced this today, declaring an interest rate of 5.75% for the financial year ending 30th June 2014.
The rate of 5.75% means that around $179 million will be distributed to our members and will be credited to their FNPF accounts on Monday night.
Last year, the FNPF declared a 5.5% interest, totaling a payout of $156 million. After 6 months of training, 149 young men and women are now police constables. After their pass-out parade at Nasov and Nasese this morning, the new police constables have been told to exercise their skills and talent in combating new crime trends that are now intruding into our nation. Savara Tumbua has more details.
The new recruits have been reminded not to deviate from what they have been taught and trained in the past 6 months.
Nowadays, in addition to taking up the role of law enforcer, a police officer may be called upon to perform as a first aider, social worker, counselor, negotiator, and even midwife, as the situation demands. Therefore, you must be versatile and be prepared to serve the communities in all kinds of emergencies.
23-year-old Ratu John Elanian, who hails from Vatundamundamu in the Kaunrove, was awarded the Baton of Honor at the parade.
For me, this award is one of the rewarding awards I have achieved in my life.
His sister wishes their parents were still alive to witness the occasion.
I feel sorry for him because of my dad passed away. And I'm glad to see him today when he passed out today, like we miss our dad today.
Commissioner of Police Book Prize holder Sanjeev Sanjay followed his father's footsteps into the force.
This award mostly goes to my father, as he was also a police officer, and he's the main reason why I'm standing here.
Commissioner of Police Major General Ben Gronewald says there is a need for special constables to undergo training.
I'm also very much in favor of getting these special constables who do meet the minimum requirements, that we recruit them to become regular members of the police.
New police constables will take up their new post on Monday, while the next batch of recruits are expected to march into camp here at Nasova in September. Sabera Tambua, FBC News.
National airline Fiji Airways marked its first year anniversary today. Formerly known as Air Pacific, the company rebranded to Fiji Airways exactly a year ago. Fiji Airways CEO Stefan Pickler has revealed the airline is breaking record in terms of passenger numbers. To make their birthday even sweeter, they are offering 50% discounts on flights from Fiji, which ends on June 30th. Pickler has revealed plans to further grow the airline and is projecting a healthy financial year. Alleged hard drugs importer Rajen Charan of Nausori has had his bail rejected by the Suva High Court Judge Justice Salesi Temo. Prasad is charged with 1 count of unlawful importation of illicit drugs. It is alleged Prasad imported methamphetamine with a street value of $350,000, allegedly concealed in chocolate cookies sent from the United States. However, Prasad's lawyer, Adha Rayawa, argued as to why his client was refused bail, while the 2 other accused in the case, who have multiple counts of drug-related offences, are out on bail. Rayawa said Prasad suffers from a diabetic condition and needs a special energy boost, which he is not getting at the remand centre. He says Prasad had to be taken to the hospital on numerous occasions, adding it is a health risk if his client continues to be remanded. Judge Temo has ordered prosecution lawyers to file information and disclosures so he can make another bail ruling. The case has been adjourned to the 4th of next month. Coming up after the break, WILES clarifies reports relating to its use of the Fiji Cancer Society's TIN number.
Talita na radio Fiji One na mwira ni nondo bonua.
Ando talita kana borro na radio Fiji One singa toka boleta ni station ni alumatu.
Ando talita ka bale una borro na radio Fiji One station ni alumatu ilo toka.
Ando talita ka bale una borro na radio Fiji One mandi na station ni alumatu.
Au tungoi korbo ando borro mo leve na station ni alumatu na radio Fiji One.
Ando borro na radio Fiji One na station ni alumatu na mandoi tele.
Welcome back. This is FBC News. Denarau Corporation Limited, the company that manages and operates Denarau Island, says they have the authority to stop vehicles from coming onto the island. According to them, Denarau is a private island and the roads are not public but private. These statements follow an uproar from the Fiji Taxi Association claiming that taxis have been victimized and denied the right to provide public service on Denarau. Akusita Tale reports.
Denarau Corporation Limited started in 1996 and pays annual rental and liability to cover for the roads. This, they say, gives them the right to control the movement of vehicles. But the Fiji Taxi Association objects to their approach.
We spend on average 200,000 to $500,000 a year to maintain the roads on Denarau. So as soon as you're on the bridge and on the island, all those roads are covered under Denarau.
They claim that the island is a private island. It doesn't make sense. A lot of business are happening on the island. If there is anything that is private, you can't do business.
It's an issue that has been affecting taxi operators in Nandi for years.
Of the Fiji Taxi Association in any branch are operating from their respective base. But when they go to on the island from outside the island, then they should not be deprived of providing savings from the island while coming back. That is our major issue is.
We operate as a pseudo town council setup. The shareholders of Denarau Corporation Limited are all lot owners on this island, which includes the hotels, the residents, the golf course, retail, port marina. Because we are pseudo town council, we are not part of the Local Government Act.
DCL says they are doing what is right for the safety and security of tourists.
Knowing what we know in terms of the legal operations on the island, we pay a hefty premium on public liability to ensure that, number one, the Denarau brand is protected, number two, the guest experience and safety is paramount. We cannot, under our duty of care, simply allow these operations to continue as such.
Every public service vehicle holder must provide service to the people when there is a need. If you are on the road, if we put the flag down and I'm on the run, it's my duty to stop and provide service to you. That's what we are doing.
The Fiji Taxi Association wants the matter to be resolved by authorities. They have written to government seeking their intervention, but the Denarau Corporation is adamant they are not doing anything unlawful. Akusita Tale, FBC News.
Walk On, Walk Strong, a support group for children with life-threatening conditions, today clarified issues relating to its use of the Fiji Cancer Society's TIN number. Ellen Stolz has the story.
Recent reports highlighting government-related issues in the Fiji Cancer Society have affected WOWs.
A lot of the reporting we weren't totally happy with it. We felt that there was a negative side coming towards WOWs, which we didn't think was justified because all our funds are there and our hands have been tied. We haven't been able to use the funds on the projects that have been planned for all these years. So we wanted to have this day-to-day where the media can actually talk directly to the WOWs.
WOW Secretary Sina Kami says it was all a misunderstanding.
So all the funds goes to Fiji Cancer Society. So when the money goes into their account, the people who needed a receipt for the money that they put in, they needed a receipt with the TIN number. So that's when the receipt book of Fiji Cancer Society, they have to write the amount of money and send out the receipt.
The Fiji Cancer Society's financial books are being audited in light of bad governance issues that have arisen in the past few years. While founder Kami says it's important for people to know the organization has not let them down.
We want the public to know that their fund, we owe it to the public because it was a lot of money.
WOWs was established in honor of Te Kami, who was diagnosed with a rare cancer in 2005. It was her song Walk On, Walk Strong that sparked the formation of the organization. Company trustee Colin Phillip says moving forward, WOWs will be registering as an organization under WOWs Kids Fiji.
We're hoping to help any children with life-threatening diseases, and it doesn't matter what the disease is, the families and the children face the same issues and they need support.
The WOWs work speaks for itself. Now only time will tell what will become of the company that has done so much for those impacted by cancer. Ellen Stolz, FBC News.
The U.S. Embassy today took their services to the people in the Western Division. Students, as well as the public, were given information about visas, scholarships and education in the USA. Commercial services, Peace Corps and health checks were part of the roadshow. U.S. Ambassador Frankie Reed says the success of their first show in Savu prompted them to hold other roadshows around the country.
The Business Council mentioned that we hadn't been here. And I thought about it. I come to Nandi, I'm here almost every week. One of us from the embassy, easily every week, if not more. And we had never come as a group. And so that's why we're here, and the response has been tremendous.
This is the second roadshow conducted by the embassy so far this year. That time again, and our favorite man in the suit joins us. Jamie, what do you have for us?
Thank you, Jackie. Good evening. In sports tonight, it's do or die for the Flying Fijians tomorrow, and Suva Soccer plagued with injuries ahead of tomorrow's packed semi-finals. Details after the break.
Gold FM is #1 here in Sigatoka.
Gold FM is our favorite radio station here in Lautoka.
Gold FM is #1 in Nel.
I love listening to Gold FM in Ba.
We love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits here in Suva.
Hear about Batu Cola, you immediately think of gold. I'm Josephine Sabi and I love hearing Gold FM.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Welcome back to FBC Sports. The Vodafone Flying Fijians and the Cook Islands take to the field tomorrow in the biggest game for both sides this year. The winner of this match gets a spot in the 2015 Rugby World Cup, while the loser will have to wait another 4 years. Indra Singh has more.
Come on, Campbell!
It's all about a win tomorrow and nothing less will suffice, and the Fijians know that well.
The boys have been training real well for the last few days, and I believe and I have faith in the boys and in the management and in the squad that will come out, will bring a victory on Saturday.
The visitors, despite being the underdogs, understand the importance and impact this match could have on Cook Islands rugby.
It's been a very physical game, physical, fast, but we'll just worry about how we're going to play.
And with the William Webb Ellis Trophy in town, Fiji knows the importance, but also expects the Finns to get behind them.
People, so that's really an added edge to the game.
It's all down to this match, which will decide the fate of these nations who are on the opposite ends of the rugby scale.
Well, I'm expecting first of all to be very hot.
Who makes their way to the 2015 World Cup will be known tomorrow afternoon. But for sure, the players know the next 80 minutes of rugby will be a turning point for them. Indra Singh, FBC Sports.
The first round of the Vodafone Cup Top 8 competition wraps up this weekend. Teams have one last chance to better their point standing before heading into the elimination rounds. Chale Ndadakadaka reports.
But once again, that has been intercepted by the Namboa Broncos.
This weekend's top 8 games will determine the fixtures for the second round of competition. Officials have noticed a steady improvement of team performances since the new format was introduced last year.
How it progressed from last year to this year is very improving, especially in all the teams that are participate in this top 8. They are really prepared really well for the season, and you can see Saru Dragons is the top team for the start of this first round. As they win all their games, and they lost only one loss for this season.
Tomorrow's games will be held at Gavi Park in Tavoa for the first time, which signals the intentions of Fiji National Rugby League to broaden its fan base.
It will be a promotion game for the province of Tavoa, especially they started playing rugby league this year, so we try to promote the game in the Sun of Tavoa, so the people of Tavoa can come and watch the game, top rugby game in Tavoa this Saturday.
It will be interesting to see which teams come out on top when the dust settles at Gavi Park. Remaining teams will have to step up their game to avoid relegation to the Premier Grade next year. Chalendo Dakadak, FBC Sports.
There is a concern in the South Seas Logistics Suva football camp ahead of its semi-final clash against Lambasa in the Vodafone Fiji FAC tomorrow. Defenders Waisake Navuningasau and Tsalin Relo are carrying injuries, while Leonin Damundamu, who is sick, also missed today's training run. Coach Gurjit Singh is keeping his fingers crossed and hopes the trio are okay for tomorrow's all-important clash.
These are the 3 players who are injured and they did not train today. They're just supposed to rest and recover for the game tomorrow. So we'll see if they can recover by this afternoon or by tomorrow morning, then we'll field them. But if they are carrying injuries, then we might not field them.
Meanwhile, in the Suva camp, veteran Peter Rambo believes Suva's camaraderie has been one of its biggest strengths going into the tournament.
I think it's just one thing that we have, it's just the team bonding that we've got here at Super Soccer side. I think that's what has been progressing for us throughout this last week on our pool games, and especially coming on the game against Lambasa. I think we properly said we will be ready to take on Lambasa and come for the tea on Saturday.
Meanwhile, in the first semi-final, Mba takes on Nandi at 3 p.m., followed by Suva and Lambasa at 5 p.m. And finally, the Vanuatu Under-17 cricket side won the inaugural Pacifica Tri-Series this afternoon, beating Fiji by 5 runs. The visitors batted first and finished with 134 runs for the loss of 6 wickets. In reply, Fiji chased but came up short with 8 429. The 3 participating teams will be hosted to an award ceremony tonight at the ANZ Stadium Lounge to wrap up the one-week tournament. And that's it from me tonight. I'll be back again on Monday. Until then, have yourself a safe weekend.
A new group that will help consumers know about their powers and rights has been launched by the Consumer Council and the European Union. Prashika Kumar reports.
The Community Consumer Advisory Group consists of volunteers who will help protect consumers and be their primary contact for immediate assistance or advice on consumer issues. According to the Consumer Council, the group will mainly assist consumers in rural areas and outer islands.
We have seen generally in rural areas, because the community is close-knit, they know each other very well, they find it difficult to voice their concern. They fear victimization from the trade or service provider, because in remote areas in outer island there are only few.
The European Union says the establishment of this group confirms the Council's commitment to protect and better serve consumers.
This particular project is part of a new one which is focused on remote communities in Fiji and outer islands, so basically to reach consumers which have not been reached so far and ensure that their rights are also protected.
As I'm from a retail business background, and I'm really concerned about my province that the people are paid the right amount of money to suit their needs and wants.
The volunteers come from Navua, Singatoka, Savu-Savu, Senganga, Tavua, Reki-Reki and Bua. They will be based in their own communities. Rashka Kumar, FBC News.
And we've reached that time. Weather with Trish.
That's right, Jackie. As for today's conditions, let's look at today's map where all 6 major centers, Suva, Nadi, Lautoka, Ba, Savu-Savu, all had fine weather all throughout the day. Today's temperatures, we had Suva on 27, Nadi on 29, whereas Ba was on 30, and Savu-Savu and Lambasa were on 28. Tonight, temperatures will drop to a 17 from Ba, Lautoka, Nadi, Singatoka, and Tavua. Tomorrow's forecast for Suva, Nadi, Lautoka, Ba, Savu-Savu, and Lambasa just might have fine weather all throughout the day. For mariners, easterly winds 10 to 15 knots and moderate seas. Let's look at our image of the day. Photo taken by Keshav Muldiar. Beautiful shot taken at Wailolo Beach in Nandi. And if you have images that you would like to share with us, then you can send them to citizenseyes@fbc.com.fj.
Thanks so much for that, Trish. The main points again. FNPF will pay out $179 million to its members next week. The Suva High Court has dismissed a bail application by alleged hard drugs importer Rajen Charan of Nausori, and 149 young men and women have joined the police force as police constables. To our poll question now, we're asking, are we doing enough to address human trafficking? Visit our FBC website to take part. Remember, you can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email citizenseyes@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via Facebook page FBC News. And if you're on Twitter, follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC News or simply hashtag FBC News. That's it for the week from the team and I. Join Amrita Priyadarshini from tomorrow with the weekend news. I'll be back again on Monday. Till then, you have yourselves a safe and enjoyable weekend. Bye for now.
Mirchi FM is #1 in Singapore.
I love Mirchi FM. It's so hot.
Deke me lala, kai me high. Tangi tauwa me.
Mirchi FM is hot.
Here at Rugby Town, Singapore, love listening to Mirchi FM. Mirchi FM, it's hot.
Mirchi FM is #1 in Suva. It's hot. Mirchi FM, bo julum julum.
Mirchi FM, it's hot.